Hey guys, this is Danger Zone. I wanted to put together a video about some team play I had the other day. This is a pug match, but I am on voice comms with Gaming Plant. So you can see I'm on Rampage, Gaming Plant's on Howitzer, and we were planning on taking the blue side, the right lane in this case. And you'll see a few things that are going on here. I took the Brawler's Key so I can get some extra damage. I placed the Harvesters. I find that it's easier for me to place the Harvesters and rely on other people in a pug to place them. So right now, Howitzer and I are waiting for the blue orb to pop up. Basically, I'm going to take the card power. He's going to get the blue orb. Eventually, he's going to make it to the right lane. And he's going to start guarding over there. You see Gray's up there right now. He's watching. And I'm going to show you guys why it's important to basically get those guys in the lane. The blue orb, especially if they're casters. For those of you who are less familiar with Ranger versus Caster, Ranger uses basic abilities to do most damage. Casters use abilities, so it's important to get them the blue orb so that they can keep their cooldowns down, get their abilities back, and then also keep their mana up. Alright, so I'm going to fast forward here to the 4-minute mark. You'll see I've got both Harvesters down. I'm doing a bit of jungling here just to grab a couple minions so I don't get too far behind before I head back over to Howitzer. But what you'll see is when I finish up jungling here, when I turn, you'll see that Howitzer's got Iggy pushed back. You see that on the mini-map. And Howitzer's got a little bit more mana here than Iggy. Not only does he have more mana, but he's got Iggy pushed back on the lane. So Iggy, even though he's a huge lane pusher, Howitzer, because he's able to keep his abilities coming back and keep that mana, he can keep Iggy off. Iggy can't do anything, and as you know, Iggy without mana is pretty useless. So I'm going to fast forward here to just before the 9-minute mark, and you'll see Howitzer went back to use some card power. Iggy pushed the lane a little bit, not too far, but at least it's not right up on the tower. But by this time, he's out of mana. He knows that he couldn't push that tower, so he goes into jungle. He grabs. He's trying to grab the blue orb. Howitzer lets me know he's off. He's either getting the blue orb or he's back at base. We obviously can't see what's on the map right now, but we know he's not on the lane. So we take this opportunity. We're going to push this tower. By the time that Iggy realizes that we're on the tower, he's got to get back. See, when he shows up, he's got the blue orb here coming around the corner, but we're already on the tower. It's going to be tough for him. He doesn't have a lot of mana to go, and what he does have, he's already pretty much spent. So I'm going to boulder him here. Howitzer's taking out the tower, then we're going to start beating on him. So right now, I'm trying to stay in between Howitzer and Iggy in case he does start throwing his Molotovs. I don't take the blue orb. I'm going to let Howitzer grab that one, and Belica shows up. Again, I'm going to try to stay in between the two of them here and boulder her. Unfortunately, I missed, but it's not enough for her to get away, and we will get this kill here. So a few minutes later, I see that Iggy had just taken out the blue orb 15 seconds earlier based on what I saw on the timer. I let Gaming Plant know, so he's got to be on that right lane again. So we're going to come up behind him. We know he's pushing that lane. As we come around, he sees us. He's got the blue orb. We're going to end up getting the kill here. The boulder here, Howitzer is going to do a ton of damage. And again, I'm going to leave this blue orb for him. He's going to pick that up. Immediately we see that there's no one on this lane. Luckily for us, Gray takes out Belica right here. And we're going to push this lane. Right now we've got 5 on 3. And so if we do get resistance on this side, it's not going to be too bad. So by the time we get to the tower, you see Steel popping up here. We're going to take out these last minions, and we know that we're not going to have trouble with Steel. First of all, we're ahead of him on levels by now. He hasn't been able to do much, and even if he does start hurting one of us, it's better to just get the tower. So I'm going to enrage here, start taking out the tower. If he wants to stun, if he wants to do any kind of damage, it's not going to be too bad. Check out Howitzer's epic jump right when Steel's is doing his charge. It's pretty awesome. I'm going to body block on the way out so we escape, so Belica can't get a shot on Howitzer here. Just staying right behind him. So after that fight, I had 10 card power, so ported back and dropped my key. We've got 5 Harvesters. They've got 2, so no need to keep it anymore. I drop in 2 Windcarver blades, mostly physical damage, a little bit of attack speed there, and also what's important to note here is to grab the wards. The reason you want wards here is because obviously I know that Howitser's not going to be sitting on that right lane anymore. We've pushed it up so far that we're going to want to shift, go with the rest of the team, start pushing those 2 other towers, and the opposing team is going to have to watch that ward inhibitor level. It's going to deter from their regular gameplay. The other thing is that I want to be able to pull away in card power right now. As Rampage, if you can do that, get really high on card power before the opposing team does, that means you don't have to mess around with armor at all. You can go full damage and basically out damage the rest of the team. You've got enough regen on your character. You can enrage, you can get real big and get a ton of regen, jump away. You've got plenty of things to do to keep your life. What you need to do is focus on damage right now. So the next fight right now is 3-on-2, Gray's low, and I want to keep him in the fight. So immediately I bold or steal right here. I tell Howitser, he gets in and takes him out. So we move that to 3-on-2 with a tower to now it's 4-on-1 pretty quickly, and Twin Blast is not going to be able to do anything to keep this tower up. So I was clearing the right lane shortly after this, and I see that they're basically pushing the left lane pretty hard. If they want to do that, they're going to have trouble rotating all the way to the right. So I let Gaming Plant know. He rotates to me, and we start pushing. As you can see on the map, by the time Iggy and Belica realize that we're on this lane, we're doing enough damage and taking out the minions fast enough that they're not going to be able to get here in time. You'll also note that I filled up my board with all physical damage and then dropped in a Rust Breaker. That Rust Breaker has damage, physical damage on it, and then 2 points of physical penetration as well. I'm doing enough damage to where 2 points is worth it at this point. No matter what class I'm fighting against, all classes get minimal physical armor, so that's to negate that damage reduction percentage. Here I get away, and Howitser dies, but 1 death for an inhibitor is pretty worth it. So this is the 30-minute mark. I see a big team battle going on, and as soon as I'm coming up, I see Gructus having a problem. He dies, and I want to turn the tides of this battle. So I'm going to use my ultimate. I'm going to get big, and I'm going to stun Iggy immediately and work off of him. I know that my team will get him. So I go after Steel and Belica here. I've got so much regen that they can't do anything. Belica goes after Howitser, but I'm doing so much damage that there's nothing she can do before I take her out. So as you can see, I'm at 54 card power now after that exchange, and we're just past the 30-minute mark. I've got a bunch of crit in now, and I'm doing a lot of damage. So now I'm going to start just taking out minions, trying to get to 60 power, push these lanes, and finish this game. So now I'm going to take the blue orb from the opponent's side. Iggy walks up, but I don't really care. I'm so far ahead of him that I'm just going to take it. He's going to try to grab the blue orb here. I'm going to fight him. He's going to have trouble fighting me here. I'm doing so much damage. Steel comes in to support, but I'm doing enough damage that it's going to be tough for them. I also get a little support from Howitser. I'm going to enrage. Belica thinks that she could take me out, but she doesn't really have enough card power to do it. I'm fighting here. Gideon comes in. We turn this into a team battle. My regen's going to where I'm not really going to get killed here. I stun Steel here, take him out. And then after pretty much we wipe the team here, they're having a pretty bad time. They see that it's pretty much futile. They're gonna have issues for the rest of the game. I'm at 60 card power, just before 33 minutes. I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna put in basically a bunch of lifesteal so I can avoid taking armor, taking health. You know, if I'm up that far on card power, then I can avoid using my points there. Luckily, my team pushes here. They take out the core, and you'll see here that I'm up on card power. The other team has barely broken 40, and we secure a win.